So you're thinking about moving to Idaho, and like a lot of my clients relocating to the area, they're looking for a smaller town with a good community and conservative values. My clients are looking for a town that is safe for their kiddos, has great schools, is close to recreational activities, and not too far from our normal amenities like grocery stores, hospitals, restaurants, and entertainment. If these are some things that you're looking for, then Eagle, Idaho might be a good fit for you. In today's video, we will be diving into everything Eagle, Idaho by looking at the cost of living, how good the schools are, crime rate, housing affordability, and much more. I'll also be taking you around different parts of Eagle, that way you can check it out for yourself and see what it's like to live in Eagle, Idaho. Eagle, Idaho is a small town of about 32,000 residents. It's set in the Boise foothills, which is just about 10 miles west of Boise, Idaho. The foothills provide you with easy access to outdoor activities throughout the year, whether that's trail hiking, mountain biking, or horseback riding. Where Eagle sits in the Treasure Valley gives you quick access to Highway 55, where you can head north for the day and visit McCall, which is an awesome tourist destination spot. A lot of cool things to do there. You have the Ponderosa Lake, which is absolutely beautiful. Or you can check out Highway 16 and go up to Black Canyon Reservoir, where you have access to even more recreational activities, hunting, fishing, four-wheeling, and all that stuff. Eagle is home to two golf courses, the Eagle Hills Golf Course and the Banbury Golf Course. And Eagle is a small community, but they hold events throughout the year. One of our favorite events is Eagle Fun Days. It's hosted by the Eagle Volunteer Fire Department. They go through downtown and it's crazy. They're spraying water everywhere. Everyone has water balloons or water guns. It's a lot of fun. But it also features the world's largest Rocky Mountain oyster feed. It is an absolute blast though. Like I said, me and my family, it's one of our favorite events that we go to every year. Now, downtown Eagle isn't that big. It extends roughly 2 miles, but it does offer a glimpse into the past. There is still some original real estate left downtown that does showcase architecture from the 1800s, which I really do appreciate. And I probably threw in some B-roll here. There's a couple spots down there like the Old State Saloon. It's a very old looking building. They've done a great job on the inside of it, but it really does bring you back seeing those old wooden buildings and architecture from the 1800s. It's really cool. Real quick, before we go much further, I just want to say thank you for watching. My name is Mike. I'm a realtor here in the Boise, Idaho area. My team and I, we help our clients buy, sell, relocate, and invest all over Idaho. So if you or someone you know is thinking about moving to Idaho, definitely reach out to us so we can chat. We'd love to get to know you, your family, and your story. Also, be sure to check out my free relocation guide in the description below. But with that out of the way, let's get back to the video. Schools in Eagle have excellent ratings. They're part of the West Ada School District, which happens to be the biggest school district in the state of Idaho. The city has plenty of parks to pick from. We love going to the Eagle Island State Park. It's 545-acre park with a popular swimming beach, grassy picnic areas. They have a playground there for the kiddos. You can rent paddle boards and other water sports while you're there. They also have water slides and a disc golf course. Even in the winter, they turn a portion of the park into a tubing hill, so there are things to do there all year round. It's a lot of fun. All right, so now that you know a little bit about Eagle and what it has to offer, why don't we look at some important factors like cost of living, housing, the community, and amenities. First, let's talk affordability. The cost of living index is comprised of many factors in order to essentially help rate cities and their affordability. And in most areas, Eagle falls under the national average on the cost of living index. Yet, like in most cases here in Idaho, housing is that one outlier that puts Eagle's cost of living over the national average. The average home price in Eagle, Idaho is about $800,000. And if we head over to Zillow, I'll show you all of Eagle's inventory now. I'll set my minimum purchase price to $650,000. And as you can see, not many homes fell off that search. And you can also see how many homes are in that $1 million and up range. The homes are beautiful. A lot of the neighborhoods have some very nice amenities like clubhouses, pools, tennis courts, places to keep horses, and so on. Let's talk a little bit about the community in Eagle. It's a very tight-knit community. It is also a very conservative one. During the month of June, Boise likes to host their Pride events, where in Eagle, the Old State Saloon hosted their Heterosexual Awesomeness Month. The saloon is a really cool place. The staff and the owner are very friendly, and it's definitely a place I'd recommend you visiting if you're here in town. Also, the city council just adopted a resolution declaring Eagle, Idaho a non-sanctuary city, basically banning the use of taxpayer funds for services to illegal aliens. There are a ton of Trump flags all over Eagle, and although they've had a lot of transplants from California, Oregon, and Washington, I've experienced that most of those transplants are very conservative and they're very politically motivated. I think that's because they're seeing their current state under Democrat policies and they don't want Idaho to go that route. Eagle is also a very safe city. They have a crime rate that is well below the national average. If you go downtown or really anywhere in Eagle, you're not gonna see graffiti or homeless people. The city and the residents really take care of where they live, and it shows. As you have found out, Eagle, Idaho has a lot going for it. With all the outdoor recreational activities, great schools, and the stand-up community, it sounds like the perfect spot. If there is one complaint that I hear about Eagle over and over again, it is the lack of amenities, specifically restaurants and shopping. They do have some really nice boutique shops and restaurants downtown, but if I'm being honest, it is limited. When it comes to the grocery shopping, you do have some major chains like Albertsons and Winco, but if you shop at Costco, Fred Meyer, or Walmart, you will have to drive into Meridian to access those. And depending on where you live in Eagle and where you're shopping at, that could be 10 to maybe 25 minutes. And when it comes to the hospitals in the local area, we have two main providers, St. Luke's and St. Alphonsus. They both have offices in Eagle, and there's also a couple different urgent care options as well. One other complaint I hear about Eagle is the traffic. And it's not necessarily the downtown traffic, because that never gets that bad. It's really when you're commuting to Eagle, let's say from work, if you were in Boise, Meridian, or Nampa, and you're traveling home either during the morning or evening hours, you are going to experience a fair amount of traffic, and that could add an additional 25 to 45 minutes to your commute back home. I-84 really feeds the entire valley. It's how you go from Boise up to Caldwell or Middleton. That can get pretty bogged down during those peak commute hours. Same with Eagle Road, Chinden Boulevard, and Highway 44, and those are kind of your main ins and outs of Eagle. And although the Treasure Valley is growing, in most of the surrounding suburbs, they've had 2-lane roads or 4-way stop signs forever, and that's met their needs for a really long time. And now most areas are scrambling to try to keep up with the influx of all the people moving here. It seems like we constantly have road construction everywhere, whether it's Caldwell, Nampa, Meridian, Kuna, Eagle. I mean, it's everywhere, and it seems like it's nonstop. But I should preface this, our traffic here is not what you're used to if you're from California or some of the bigger cities, right? When I was commuting from Roseville to South Sacramento every single day, and I was spending 3 hours in my car, I do not do that here in Idaho. If I get stuck in more than like a half hour worth of traffic, that's probably about as bad as it's gonna get. Same thing when I was living in Vancouver, Washington, and commuting from Portland, Oregon, back and forth every single day. If you live in those areas or those bigger cities, you can easily spend 2+ hours if the traffic is bad. That is not something you will get here. Even if there's a wreck on I-84 and it's pretty bad, normally they have it cleared up within a half hour, 45 minutes. But other than that, I think I said it earlier, if there is traffic, expect it to add another 25 to 45 minutes to your commute. But besides the traffic and the lack of amenities, I mean, those are some negatives, and for some people that might sway them one way or another, but I do like to bring those up just so that way you guys have everything laid out for you on the table to get a good understanding of what Eagle is like. Well, there you have it, guys. A quick overview of Eagle, Idaho and what it is like to live there. And I'm curious, is Eagle now a relocation option for you and your family? Let me know in the comments below. I hope this video was able to shed some light on Eagle, the cost of living, housing affordability, amenities, and what the community is like to give you guys a good overall picture of what Eagle, Idaho has to offer and if it's gonna be a good fit for you and your family. And if you guys did like this video and maybe you are seriously considering Eagle as a relocation spot and wanna see more and find out more about it, definitely check out my driving tour where I take you all over the city for a chance to see what Eagle looks like from the outskirts to downtown. We also check out some popular neighborhoods and some other local hot spots. That way you can get a good feel for what it's like getting around there. If you or someone you know is thinking about moving to Idaho, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I would love to sit down and chat with you, get to know you, your family, and more about your story and what's bringing you to Idaho. Also, be sure to check out my free relocation guide. It's gonna be down in the description below. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.